Gaffer, we're travelling to Southend tomorrow at our opening game. How are you feeling?
Overall emotion, one of excitement. I explained to the boys, I think is for a younger kid, it's the night before Christmas. You gear up all off-season, pre-season for the start of the season. You have expectation, ambition to go and succeed in the division and then across the league in itself. And for us to be going to Southend on Saturday, yeah, it's one of excitement, one where we feel we're ready, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can deliver on a performance.
And it's been a tough pre-season. Has it met your expectation in preparation?
Yeah, I have to say, I think that the chairman always had an agreement since I've been the manager, show me what you got. And that was always agreed at the last game of the season. And in his own admission, he said, you showed me twice. We obviously played Arsenal with an 11, and then we made 6-7 changes, which included the likes of Dave Stevens, Danny Newton coming on the pitch, and he said to us, yeah, he felt that we showed him twice. And the big thing for me is the injuries. We've potentially got one missing out tomorrow of a squad of 19, so it's not as bad if we was only carrying 16, 17 bodies. So to finish pre-season with only one potential missing out, I think that's a positive. But overall, really happy where the boys are at, really happy to see where they've come as a group. And like I said, the rehearsals are over. It's a live show tomorrow.
Yeah. And Southend are going to be a tough test for us. What are you expecting from them tomorrow?
I just watched an interview that I did with LV Bet, myself, and you just watched it then. I believe they're going to be a surprise package this year. And I say it loosely because Southend is still a massive club in this division, and they've got the experience that they've got in the EFL, but they finished 14th, 15th last year. They're now a 14th, 15th side this year. I think their recruitment's been very good. I think they got 3 managers in their club, being Kev Mayer, Darren Curry, Mark Bentley, all have managed at levels across the leagues. And for me, I think that they're a very big side in this division. And I think that going there, opening day, weather's going to be nice. They might have 6,000-7,000 there tomorrow, which is brilliant for us. I've heard numbers of what are supposedly travelling down for us. I can expect a real tough time. I can expect a tough opposition, a well-drilled opposition. I've watched them closely over the last 2-3 weeks, but again, I speak about what we can deliver on and how we go about our game plan, because there's personnel in our building that excites me. There's personnel in our building that can turn a game on its head, and whether that's Payne, Brunty, Eric and Souza, Liam Love, Danny Newton, Danny Elliott, we've got a lot of personnel now that, for me, can affect games, and that's exactly what we're going there with. The mindset is control the controllables, manage what we can control in terms of the way we work, how hard we work, and influence as much as possible the result.
We're starting the season with a 19-man squad. Do you know yet who's going to be in the squad tomorrow, and how difficult has that been to make your selections?
So I said an analogy right at the end of training. I have a party tomorrow. I've got 11 invites. I've got 5 on the waiting list, and I've got 3 that ain't invited. But I also said a story that when I was successful in the team, there was a player that didn't play a lot of minutes in the games, and back end of the season in a playoff final, he cleared the ball off the line, and he may have only played a handful of games in that season, but the influence he had in that playoff final was huge. And them 19 players are going to be utilised over the course of this season. They may not start tomorrow, they may not be on the bench tomorrow, but I said to them that I'm the proverbial bad guy. I used a different word, but I'm the bad guy. They should have an issue with me. I expect them to come second, being as an individual, and we come first. And that's all I've ever asked from my teams. And yeah, it's horrible to let people out. And Pep Guardiola said it, if you feel that it's an easy task to do, you're not emotional, you're not a human being. I'm not looking forward to the 3 conversations tomorrow, because they're all working ever so hard to get into the 11, let alone the 16. But unfortunately, I can only pick 16 players, of which I can only start 11. I know where I'm at, I know my team. I knew that after the Arsenal game, and it's given me a clear focus for the week. We've worked on a lot of set pieces, rotations in terms of how Southend go about their business. The set plays from us, I think we got great delivery now, and long throws, which we have to utilise. So yeah, for me, I'm set on where we're at. Obviously, God forbid anything happens overnight. It's football, that can happen. But yeah, I'm set with the 16 that I put my trust in tomorrow to go and get a result.
First game of the season is always nervy. You want to get a positive result. If I offered you a draw now, would you take it?
Listen, I'm not foolish yet. I would. There's a rule of a manager. Win your home games, draw your away games, you win the league. And we're going to Southend as well. So we need to identify that they are still a massive club. They are a team that I think are going to be in and around it this year. Yes, they've lost Dalby, but they could be turning around saying we lost Mendy. They brought in Hyde, we brought in Eric O'Sullivan. So for me, yeah, I think a positive result on opening day away to Southend in front of 5, 6, 7,000, take a draw. A 0-0 would be perfect, a clean sheet, but we're going there with a mindset to win a game of football, and that's one thing that I feel that we're going to be different this year, is not fearing losing. And we've got personnel in our squad now. If I named you the 5 subs are frightening, and a lot of them were starting last year in a team that created history. So we wanted to get to that level. We wanted to get to that stage where players that were nailed on last year are now on the bench, to ensure that actually the ones we've got on the pitch may have been a slight improvement to where we was last year. Who knows? It's the first game, like I said. There's a lot of trials and tribulations to go through this season, and the boys that are in the stand to start the season most definitely won't be in the stand to finish it.
You touched on the fans. We've got a large cohort that are potentially going down tomorrow. We've surpassed our record in season ticket sales. What's your message to the fans at the start of the season?
Thank you. There's a party atmosphere over the park now. I think they've just opened the splash park, and I literally walked back from lunch and I'm having 5, 6 conversations en route. There's a real good atmosphere within the community. That's obviously happened with our cup run, but the togetherness I've never seen. I've never seen it at this level, and they've bought right into our project, and that's showing in terms of the season ticket return. People are firing into my DMs on Instagram about getting a result tomorrow, making sure the team goes and puts on a performance. But I know this town, not as much as you or the chairman or the people that live in it, but I've been a part of this club for 17 years, so I know what this town wants. It wants people to go and earn and work for them, and that's exactly what I'll be doing as a manager, and I'll be ensuring the team does that. And the personnel that go down to the game tomorrow, I thank them, and the ones that have bought season tickets, I thank them. Let's hope we can go and create even more history this year, and we don't do it without them. And I always alluded to that, even from our cup run. Barnet away was the best away day up until Bournemouth, because what they turned up in their numbers earned us the win. So yeah, go down there, be loud and proud, and let's go and get 3 points tomorrow.